Okay, today we're going to be talking from Fundamentals of Unicult. We're going to be talking about eternal youth. I will be reading a little bit from this book. Oh, I wanted to say one more announcement. If you go to popcult.today, that's our news propaganda website. Thank you for becoming a beloved consumer. Evan Forbes, thank you. So we are praying for. Oh wait, no, you guys are tripping me up with the prayers. If you go to popcult.today, you will see a new article written by Troy, and it is about using more than one crystal at a time and how do you combine the crystals together, and what kind of energy do crystals that are combined together give you. So I highly recommend checking that article out. If you're a Unicult member, you're welcome to write an article for popcult.today. It's a great platform for us to reach lots of people and to spread our messages of joy and love and harmony for all. Okay, today we're talking about eternal youth. We're going to be reading from Page. We're going to get up to some good stuff soon. Talking about belief makes real and miracles. And we're honestly, the next couple of weeks, the next 3 months of camp churches are going to be really deep. We're talking about time and the dimensional implications, miracles, harmony and gratitude, belief making real, the path to joy. The path to joy honestly should be broken up into 4 or 5 different ones, honestly. Thinking deep, imagination, the electromagnetic spectrum in the brain, rainbows, brainwashing, cyclical patterns of thinking. It's going to be good. This is where it gets good, I tell you. It takes a little bit. I put in the training for the new members. There's a little section about how to write a pop cult article, and I think that that should help people who have ideas, because I think that writing pop cult articles does take a little while, but if you get into the habit of it and you figure it out, it can be pretty easy. Okay, eternal youth. Youth is not dependent on age. What does it mean to, is it quiet? I think it's turned up. Let me see, let me try something else. Is that better? Is it better that way? It seems like it is. It's good on your end. Turn up your volume. Okay, so just think about youth and think about eternal youth just for a second. Think about all the people who have tried to find eternal youth. Think about even in our, people have gone across continents, taking over other people's lives and raping and pillaging and spreading imperialism to find the Philosopher's Stone and the Fountain of Youth, and we've got, even in the Bible, we've got these conversations about the chalice of life. There's lots of legends throughout eternity, throughout all of history, about eternal youth. And what we have today is a perpetuation of that in the form of marketing campaigns and in the form of, if you're conspiratorial, we've got a lot of different things happening in the shadow elite, the celebrity, underground beauty rituals and realities to stay young. If you are interested in learning about, adrenochrome and that sort of thing, whether that's real or not, it's another legend of eternal youth, right? So what is proved is the idea that, people are using stem cells, blood, baby foreskins, that kind of thing, as beauty products, very expensive beauty products, and this just is perpetuating this seeking and this searching for this idea of eternal youth, and we're searching always for this thing that's going to make us forever young. And so when we, instead of just getting wrapped up in it, especially if you're a woman or a femme, we all have fears of dying. We all have this desire to be desirable, and our understanding of desirability in our culture is is this idea that we have to be young. And as a human born in time, I've had to reckon with this feeling and this fear of aging. As someone who is a pop star, whose career, whose goals in life are somewhat predicated on how people perceive me as a physical being, and in a culture that values youth over all else, almost, it can be fucking terrifying to age, or to consider aging, or to think about dying, or to think about time passing to the point where you are no longer valuable, to the point where you are no longer capable, to the point where you are no longer beautiful, which is equated to value. So I have spent a lot of time thinking about eternal youth, because I don't think I would have spent so much time thinking about it if I had been born in a man's body, because the pressure on females and on femmes is so high, and our value in society is so predicated on how we look, that this is something that is a really stressful thing for a lot of people. And I'm not saying it's only for women, it's only for femmes. I'm just saying it's a little bit more of a pressure cooker on that side of the spectrum. So when we think about the amount of energy that is put onto youth, and the amount of energy that is put onto what we value as humanity and as a culture, and how we don't value people who are older. People who are older experience ageism, they experience not being hired for things, they experience getting aged out of their industry. We have to acknowledge that we are living in a society where these things are true. And to get a little conspiratorial again, we have to ask ourselves, what is the most desirable age to be? And we have to think about that. I think everyone will have a different answer for that. But as for myself, as a pop star, thinking about who are the successful pop stars, we're talking about people who are in their teens or in their early 20s. And the truth is that people who are in their teens and who are in their early 20s are not fully formed yet, right? That's still an experimental stage of figuring out who you are as a person, and who you are as an artist, and who you are in the world. And that's a time when you are actually experimenting and not actually solidified, and not actually giving your energy in a way that is fully formed. So when we're looking at people who are valued, when we look at the fact that society values very young people as our idea of beauty, or as our idea of youth, maybe you're thinking, okay, well, someone who's like very beautiful or very youthful is prepubescent, or just after being a teenager, or in their early 20s, or whatever. And those ideas, we have to acknowledge, are predicated and are informed by Hollywood, by movies, by commercials, by TV, by media, which is run by what we are now coming to understand to be a large pedophile ring. I bring this up only because it's important to understand that we have been programmed by a collective of people, by an industry, which has pedophilic tendencies. So our understanding of youth, our understanding of value, our understanding of desirability and value as a person is being informed by people who are maybe not healthy, by people to value people who are not fully formed. And not to say that anyone is ever fully formed. We're always all changing. We're always all growing. But what I mean is that we need to acknowledge that there is value in growing older. There is value in coming to a point of time and conscious space where we have undergone all the trials of not knowing who we are, and we have discovered and landed on who we really are. And I think when we talk about someone being in their power, of someone going through the spiritual journey, of someone finding out who they really are. And we sit there and we radiate that energy of our true, authentic self. That is what I call youth. Because when we look at a child, what is youth? We have to just redefine these things in our own consciousness, in our own mind. What is it that children have that adults don't have, other than, ignorance for how the world works? They have a connection to their heart. They have a connection to their higher self. They have a connection to wherever they just came from. And they are radiating out that energy as humans, as little humans, and they're full of play, and they're full of curiosity. And those are the things that are youthful. That is youthful energy. Anyone can cultivate these things. Anyone can cultivate curiosity. Anyone can cultivate a sense of wonder. Anyone can maintain a connection to their true heart and to their higher self. Anyone can practice remembering where they came from before they were born on earth. So when I say youth is not dependent on age, that's what I mean. It is not attached to physical appearance, though a truly youthful person will emanate a healing energy that is in the frequency of youth. So the way that we understand youth in Unicult is as a frequency. You could be any age and you could be emanating youthful energy. I think we've all seen a very playful older person with a twinkle in their eye who seems to act like a child. They have the spirit, the frequency, the emanation of youth. And it is that which is healing. It is that which keeps us young and agile in our minds and in our bodies. The secret to eternal youth is not physical. It is energetic. It is free of cost, though it requires a dedication and a focus to the heart. To embody eternal youth, you must find a constant calibration with the most authentic energy available to you. I'm going to read it again. To embody eternal youth, you must find a constant calibration with the most authentic energy that is available to you. So what does it mean to be aligned with health? What does it mean to be aligned with your higher self? What does it mean to be aligned with you? It means to constantly check in, and to align with that energy which serves you in the most high, in the way that is the most beneficial to yourself and others. And by that constant calibration, by that constant shifting and refocusing, you're in the beam of light from source energy, from the spirit of uni, from your own unique true energy of your own unique heart. And from that space, you emanate light, which is healing for every cell in your body, which is inspiring to every neuron in your skull, which is exciting to your life energy. When I think about aging, and I think about people who get old, and sometimes it happens real quick, right? Sometimes you went to high school with somebody and they're old by the time they're 22, and they just look so old and they act so old, and you're like, what are you doing? You look like you're about ready to give up. And it's because their spirit has been beat down. And so you see people like hunching over, and you see people getting smaller, and you see them withering away because they're no longer connected to source energy. One of the ways that you can connect to source energy is simply by having a straight spine. I know that seems beyond crazy, but it's true. If you pay attention to your energy and your mood throughout the day, when you have good posture versus bad posture, you will notice that you're cutting yourself off from your light energy. I used to slouch on purpose. I used to slouch as a fuck you to the universe, right? I used to be like in a bad mood all the time, and I would be slouching, and I'd be like having bad posture. And part of it, I sometimes I'm very casual with my body posture. But when we align our spine, there's a lot going on there physically and spiritually that actually help us open up our third eye and connect to the source energy. So I recommend sitting with your spine straight for a couple of minutes a day, every day, and meditating, and just letting that light flow in through your body. as often as you can, have a good posture, because that helps. That's the physical. That's the way to have eternal youth. It's not by putting baby blood on your face. That's a abomination. There's a spiritual way to have the same things that people are trying to get in physical reality. That's why the devil's number is 666. It's all they know is physicality. And they think that everything is contained in physicality. And they've been running this society. That's why people are obsessed with physical reality. Physical reality is just one aspect of reality. Everything is not contained in physical reality. Hey PJ, good to see you. Okay, to embody eternal youth, you must find constant calibration with the most authentic energy that is available to you. Eternal youth can be had if you follow this advice. Live a heart-centered life and do only things that serve the highest good for all, starting with your own desires. Embody kindness and curiosity. Eat only plants and grow as much of your own food as possible. Plants are very close to life energy. When we eat a vegan diet and we eat plants, I mean, even if you don't eat vegan diet, like I heard the other day, if you eat about 30 different plants a week, that you have the healthiest gut bacteria. And there's a huge correlation between your gut bacteria and your mood. There's a huge correlation between your gut bacteria and the functionality of your brain. So when we eat a wide variety of plants in our diet, whatever, make a salad, throw as many different plants as you can: mushrooms, kale, spinach, sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, peppers, onions, garlic. These are all really good plants to eat. Those are my favorite plants to eat. Plants are really good for your energy. Plants are really good. I ate a burger yesterday, a vegan burger from a fast food place, and I was like, this tastes so good. This is such a treat. And then afterwards, my energy plummeted. I was knocked out. There's a McDonald's by my house, and if you go there, if I walk past it, you'll see people who have eaten the food and they've in the parking lot and they've fallen asleep immediately after, because the food just knocks you out. It steals your energy. It's like a drug binge that you do when you have that kind of food. When you eat something that is like a salad, you won't feel that crash. You gotta pay attention to your energy after you eat, and it's a constant calibration, because after you eat, then you have to sit and tune into your energy. You say, wow, I feel like garbage. Maybe I won't do that again. You do it again. And then you tune into your energy. You're like, okay, I think I'm starting to get it. And then the next time you go to eat it, you're like, maybe I'm going to feel like garbage. Probably not. And then you eat it anyway, and then you feel like garbage. Or you eat a salad and you check in. Remember to check in. Oh, wow, I feel amazing. And I used to hate salads. I used to hate them. It's taken me a long road to get here. So please know that I'm preaching from a place of having been there and having gone through this. And it happens. It happened to me yesterday. It happens to me a couple times a week still. It's very hard to have an impeccable diet. The goal is just to have as much good food as possible. That will help you stay youthful. And if you look into the benefits of a vegan lifestyle or of eating plants, it's just like astounding, the health benefits, right? So when we're talking about being eternally youthful, a huge aspect of that is health. These things are synonymous. Growing as much food of your own as possible is also really important. They found that people who grow their own gardens actually live longer lives than other people. Being outside, experiencing life, having an interaction with the plants that you're eating, feeling the soil, spending time with the trees, breathing the air, seeing the little microbes and the bugs and the birds. This is all healthy. It's all healthy. Like, that's the thing that actually inspires youth and health and vigor in the spirit. Be creative. We shut down our creativity. There's that quote about how every child's an artist, but we all get beat out of it. It's true. Tune into your creative spirit. You don't have to show it to anybody. Get a coloring book, color, do collages, do whatever is fun for you and not intimidating, and start connecting to your creative spirit again. Connecting to your creative spirit allows you to see the world with new eyes. It allows you to see the world with eyes of a child, to see everything as inspiration again. I was listening to people talk about microdosing acid, which is a big breakthrough for people creatively and emotionally. A lot of times, you take a small amount of LSD that's imperceptible to the conscious mind. You're not tripping or anything, but things just appear more beautiful. And when I listened to this lady talk about her experience microdosing acid, I was like, oh, that's how I always am. And I think as you follow the spiritual journey, you naturally get to this place where everything is astoundingly beautiful. The colors are so vibrant. The animals are just so amazing. And you just walk around in this state of perpetual wonder and joy. I might have like a little bit more of a natural proclivity to that, but that is the goal that we want to get to when we're talking about being aligned with youth. Meditate daily on inviting pure energy into your body. So that's what I mean when I say straighten your spine, open up your third eye. Imagine a pillar of light. Imagine a pillar of the purest white light coming into your body. Imagine different colors. What color feels the best to imagine? Try to actually see it with your third eye. When I imagine a color, I imagine what it feels like to look at the color. But I've been practicing lately actually seeing the color with my third eye. That is a really good thing. If nature makes you anxious, maybe find a good friend, a good tree that can be your friend. The trees are good friends. You can touch them, you can hug them, they protect you, they care. Trees care so much about humans. I have a video on YouTube about this, but one time I asked the trees, I said, why are you just so nice? Like, humans are horrible. Like, why are you so unconditionally loving? And the tree said to me, that's all we know. They just radiate on that unconditional love spectrum, energy of being in service to Earth and in service to humanity. Hug a tree today. Hugging trees is a huge stress reliever. It's a complete brainwash that's an insult, tree hugger. No, go hug a tree and come back and tell me how you feel. The trees are amazing. They will help you stay eternally youthful. Meditating on pure energy can be however you resonate best with it. Here are some ideas. Okay, so let's just do a little meditation. We'll do each of these meditations right now. So if you can, straighten your spine, sit tall, and take a deep breath in, and fill your lungs and fill your belly, and release that, and empty it all the way until your stomach, you pull your stomach in a little bit, and really get all the air out, and then breathe in until your belly is round and your lungs are full, and breathe out until your stomach is concave. You pull it in, concave. I know that people's stomachs don't actually do that. Mine doesn't, but you know what I mean. Pull your muscles in and breathe out. And now just breathe deeply. Air is really important. Breathing is really important. Now close your eyes and relax. Feel the energy going along your spine. Feel it going into your third eye. Feel it going all the way down deep into the center of the earth, and feel it coming out of your third eye. And feel your spine become a pillar of light. Envision pure white electric light coming in from the center of the galaxy, right into your third eye. This energy penetrates every cell in your body, and you can feel as it enters every cell, as it tingles, and it aligns your energy to perfect health. Keep breathing deeply. And now you can envision a violet flame encasing your entire body, burning away all negative thoughts, burning away all health imperfections, burning away all disease, and eliminating every density that you've been carrying. And now you can envision a beautiful golden, honey-colored light dripping down from the sun and pouring into your third eye. Think about how the honey looks if you hold it up to the sun. That's the color and the quality of this light. See this sparkling amber-colored light filling up your solar plexus, which is right where your diaphragm is. See it pouring in your third eye, going down your throat and into your heart and into your solar plexus, where there is a little lamp. And this lamp has a little flame, and this beautiful liquid energy is going into the lamp and filling it until it's overflowing. As it fills up, it begins to glow and radiate. Now you can take a deep breath. You can come back into your body. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch out a little bit if you want. You can feel the energy, feel how your body feels. If you do that every day, that's the secret to eternal youth. We are so brainwashed, we want to just go buy a product, and we think if we have a perfect skincare routine, that's gonna stop our aging process. But the truth is that we get to embody ourselves as beings in time, and we get to radiate out our true energy, which gives us health. The physical world is being manifested by the spiritual world. That's Unicult belief. We have conscious control over our body. There are aspects of pre-programming like genetics that have an impact, but we can also change our DNA. And the sun itself radiates at the same frequency as our DNA does. So when you spend time in the sunlight, you can match the vibrational frequency of the sun with your DNA. And you can become what is called activated. And you can align your energy to that which is the new world, which is Unitopia, which is one of perfect health and of perfect appreciation for who we are, for this incarnation, for our true hearts, for our true work that we're meant to be doing on this planet, and for the peace and harmony and health that we can cultivate from our own childlike sense of wonder. We have to rewrite our entire consciousness away from the brainwashed programming that has been detrimental and a cage. Anything that feels like a weight or a cage is not Unitopian. Unitopian energy feels expansive, it feels unending, it feels like limitless potential. And so if your conception of youth is limiting, you gotta change it, you gotta realign with something that makes you feel expansive. These are the ways that we are brainwashed, these are the ways that we're programmed to not live in our highest light. These are our insecurities, these are our fears, these are our traumas, these are our pains. We can go through this energy, we can transmute it into something that is truly expansive, truly beneficial. Thank you for joining me for Cam Church. It's an honor. Here's a good question. When you try to do yoga, your mind runs amok. How do you deal with it? I think that you just let it happen. What happens? You just think a lot of thoughts? I think that means you got to do yoga for longer. Do yoga for an hour and notice, maybe take note. How long does it take for your brain to calm down? It takes my brain about 20 minutes before it calms down, and I'm trained. All right, thank you for joining me. Have a great day. We'll see you next week. Uni bless.